guys, Julia here from JM Squared Vintage. Welcome back to the channel, and guys, this is a doozy. I am here today with a bins haul, but this is not your everyday bins haul. Well, by my standards, everyday bins haul. I was lucky enough to have my sister-in-law out here with me last week, and she told me that she wanted to come to the bins and source with me. Now, I want to start this off by saying that she has pretty much never thrifted before in her life. She lives in New York. She's done a lot of like the charity shops in New York, which are usually run by like big hospital systems, and they get donations from like socialites. So, you know, she's going and sifting through like Gucci or Ferragamo, you know, in a secondhand shop. She's never really dove in to a Goodwill or a Salvation Army, let alone a bins location. So I truly threw her to the wolves. And the shame of it was kind of a tough week at the bins. It was very, very crowded. I think it was the last week of summer for all the schools in the district here. So there was a ton of kids. And not that they're like bad. I love watching the kids there. I love seeing kids sourcing secondhand clothes. That makes me very, very happy that they're participating in circular fashion. But it's just extra bodies next to the bin. It's tougher to get in. And I think she did pretty dang well. So between the two of us, we sourced, I want to say it was about 60 items. So I'm gonna have to split this into two videos because I can't do that to you. That's just too long. It's too much, it's too long. So we're gonna do this in two parts. I'm gonna take you through her haul first. I want to say she has like 23 pieces, and then I'll start on mine and then we'll finish in the next video. But cannot wait to walk you through some of the gems we found. It was crowded. It was kind of a rougher day. Like it wasn't like one of those days where it was just like nonstop incredible items, but we did really find some gems. So I'm excited to share them with you and show you kind of like what we found, and to celebrate my sister-in-law's first time thrifting and at the bins, and just show you some of the gems that she found, because I think she did really great. She really just dove right in, so it was kind of fun to watch. But before we get started, if this is your first time here, if this is the first time we're meeting, first and foremost, hello. Welcome, I am Julia. That is who I am. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and reselling here on the internet. If that sounds like something that you might be into, consider hitting subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. I managed to kick over my camera. It's a good day. But without further ado, guys, we've got a lot to get through. So why don't you go grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink. You know I've got my matcha latte. Sit back, relax, and let's get into the goods. So we will start with one of my favorite pieces that she found, and it's so like of our era. So this is a pair of vintage BCBG like Y2K track pants. These are of course vintage. They've got like a pink and white stripe. There's little like studs there that go along the stripe. A little bling logo here. I think it looks like it's missing like one stone, but overall this is in great condition. It's got little flat pockets on the back. These are in very, very good vintage condition. Size medium. I will probably see for something like this. This is something that I'm fairly certain that I will sell on Depop. This just is exactly the kind of stuff that sells on Depop. I'll probably see like $35 for those, and I think without batting an eye, they're very much what people are looking for right now. So great lead off. Next up here, she grabbed this really pretty pink, like soft pink sequin. This is like matte sequin floral lace crop top. This is from Maison Jewels, which I believe is like a boutique brand. I think you can find this in like TJ Maxx, but just the style alone on this and the fact that it's a size large alone, I would imagine I'll probably see about $25 on this. But I just think it's so pretty and so soft, and it's a good like modern silhouette. There's a lot of Maison Jewels that I won't touch. And I will say, like, I did audit her basket, so she found all these things, but I went through everything to make sure that it was like condition-wise good to go, that it wasn't something that I just didn't think would sell. So again, just a great style pickup there. Next up, she came in hot with a Vince sweater, this beautiful just gray V-neck, V-back sweater. Oh, the tag on the inside is removed. I'm gonna guess that this is a cotton silk blend. This is exactly what that feels like, but it's Vince. This is an extra small, so this is a relaxed fit. Just very classic gray sweater. I'll probably see about $30 on this. Vince is one of those brands that's just like outrageously expensive. This probably retailed close to $300 or $400 depending on the fabric content. They will resell for a good dollar amount. If you're finding like a size large, extra large, 2X, they're gonna sell for that higher price point because the styles tend to be a little bit more mature. The smaller sizes do sell a little bit slower, but it's still it's still a great basic. So next up, she grabbed this sweatshirt from Free People, and it's kind of like a reverse French terry. So that loop is on the back side, and it's that like wide cropped silhouette with like a blouson sleeve. But this blouson sleeve is like, this is built to be like a drop shoulder. So like this little blouson will hit probably right here on the shoulder when it's being worn. It's in really great condition. It's kind of like an off-white cream color. It's a size medium. These kind of like transitional pieces from Free People are really starting to move well for me. So I guess now is really the time to be listing this kind of stuff. As people are going back to school, it's like a good thing that you can wear, you know, from summer into fall. So I'll probably see like 25 to 32 on that one. I will also note she found a couple sweatshirts for her daughter while we were outsourcing. They're not here, they've already gone home with her, but I think we found some really cute things for her as well. So, you know, it was a little bit of a double dip for us. Next up here, now I kind of debated picking this up. It was so weird and felt so nice that we ended up keeping it in her haul. This is from Zara, and I believe this is men's. And it's this kind of like jacquard paisley full zip sweatshirt. I think this is newer. It's got one of the newer tags, and on the back it has this embroidery that says "Together Connected." It's so unusual that I feel like it might be something that is kind of sought after. It's just a really like unique sweatshirt. I did see a couple comps listed for like in the 50s. I think that's kind of high maybe. I think I'll probably see maybe like 30, 35 on this, but it is like really nice. Like this fabric feels nice and heavy. It feels really like thick and sturdy. It's got a nice big like smooth zipper. You know how like when you get a cheaper sweatshirt and it has that like catchy zipper, oh, that drives me nuts. But anyway, this was kind of a weird thing, right? Let me know if any of you have seen this sweatshirt. Like, it was just so unusual that we grabbed it. So we'll see how this one does. I'll try to include this in one of my ship with me's. I'm sure you all see the ones here on my YouTube channel, but if you're not already, go give me a follow over on TikTok and Instagram. I'll have my handles right here. I'm trying to get much better at posting a little bit more regularly, but see you over there. Ah, yes. Okay, this was an incredible find. Okay, so this is a little lacy bralette. I understand that this is not for everybody. This is definitely something that I operate in. I know this kind of area very well. The reason that this is such a good find is that this is from Agent Provocateur. This is a sub-brand called Les Gens from Agent Provocateur, and Agent Provocateur is so expensive. Something like this from their main line would run like $300. It's beautifully made lingerie. It's, you know, very sexy. It's definitely like out there. You're not gonna find anything else like it. But this is, I think, a diffusion brand, but still, this probably retailed like $100 to $150. On the resale market, I'll still probably see $30 to $40 on this without batting an eye. This is in like brand new condition. It's a size small, adjustable straps, this beautiful like aubergine color. But if you do any kind of bralettes or anything like that in your business, make sure you know that label for Agent Provocateur, because you do not wanna miss it. Again, if this was something from their main line, on the resale market, I would still probably be seeing like 50, 60, maybe even higher on something like this. So Bolo brand for sure. This was such a good find. When I say that she dove right into the bins, she dove right into the bins. She even started picking up on lacy things like that. So proud. Next up, this is a little Aster the Label piece. Again, I don't pick up a ton of Aster the Label. I leave a lot of it behind. But this little shirt I just thought was so cute. This goes very well with that like coquette aesthetic. It's very girly and like light pink V-neck. It's got a little delicate peplum, little delicate ruffle sleeves. It's in like perfect condition. It's size medium. Again, like brand new condition. I'll probably see like 25 or so on this. This brand used to sell a lot better for me than it does now, but it's still, you know, with the right keywords, the right kind of style cues, you can still move these pretty quickly for a pretty decent price, and this really fits that bill. So very pretty little piece there. Next up, this was like this was a moment where she showed her eye. So this is a Zara piece, and it's an older tag Zara piece, and I almost never pick up older tag Zara. This is like a tie neck. So this ties, and it's just this really unusual, like asymmetric hem, minimalist shirt. It's just one of those like very unusual tops. It's got that, it almost falls into like the Japanese mode style. If you are unfamiliar with the Japanese mode style, It's usually seen in black, but it's very much like monochromatic, lots of asymmetrical hemlines, very straight lines. Think like Yohji Yamamoto. He's very much into that like mode style. This feels very much in that vein. Now, it is Zara. This is not Yohji Yamamoto. I'm not going to be getting those kind of dollars for it. But style-wise, it's got a lot of things that I can use because it is that like aggressively minimalist kind of avant-garde shape. I can use a lot of these different like keywords in the listing. So I don't think that this will take all that long to sell. It's just a very unusual piece and really cool. So again, probably like 25 to 30 on this, but I really like that. I think that's actually very cute. All right, next up, she grabbed this Free People tunic. These kind of things go pretty well for me from Free People. So it's this pretty, like very fall colors, pink and orange and purple and red. And they have these mutton sleeves, like these leg of mutton sleeves. This is like a style cue from history. And they're kind of having a moment again. So if you have anything that has sleeves that are like kind of puffy on top and they taper down, I'm not talking about something that like pinches in, I'm talking something that like tapers down towards the wrist. That's called a leg of mutton sleeve. Make sure you are using that keyword. So this is a size small, so it's a nice this actually might be a dress now that I'm looking at it. Now that I know it's a size small. It's got like an oversized fit, keyhole back V-neck. I'll probably see, you know, somewhere 25 to 32 on this. I do think this is a little bit older Free People piece, but again, these pieces do sell. Anything like tunic sells pretty well for me from Free People. She grabbed this pair of J. Jill pull-on pants. I have sold probably 20 pairs of these. I will sell many, many more. These are like a fleece. They're like a less stretchy fleece. So they feel like a fleece against the skin, but kind of sit like a trouser, if that makes sense. This is a size 14 tall, so it's an unusual size. The larger sizes and the unusual sizes from J. Jill sell very well for me. I have no doubt I'll see like 25 to 32 on these, and I wouldn't be surprised if these sold pretty quickly. Those taller sizes are kind of hard to come by on the secondhand market, so I'm always happy when I'm able to find something like that because it's an underserved demographic and they do usually move pretty quickly for me. So great find and good eye on that. Next up, now this was one I wasn't quite sure about. So these are Nanette Lepore, which Nanette Lepore usually does sell pretty well for me, but these are just some embroidered cutoff jean shorts. They're size 12. They've got a nice stretch to them. They're really nice quality. There's lots of details to it. I am not quite sure what I'll get for these. It's late in the season, so these might sit around until next year, but I'll probably see like $25 on these. Okay, so this is something that I'm taking a chance on. Now, I am told that a lot of people do really well with Calvin Klein career pieces. Now, I typically don't pick up Calvin Klein pieces, despite the fact that I think that their pieces, especially their career pieces, are like exceptionally well made. Any piece that I've personally had has just worn beautifully. It's washed beautifully. Like they're made very, very well. So this is a size 14, like knee-length skirt. It does flare out. It's black. It's crepe. It's brand new condition. But just a simple little like A-line skirt. I think that this will sell pretty quickly. Sold comps I'm seeing everywhere between like $10 and $70. So it's kind of all over the place there. So let me know, do you do well with Calvin Klein dresses? Do you do well with Calvin Klein career pieces? Like, I know that the quality is there and I know that this is a good size. This is size 14. So I'm really interested to give this a test out because I see a lot of it in the bins, and up until today, I've always kind of left it behind, but she picked it up and she's just like, Julia, this is really, really gorgeous. You should grab that. So we're giving it a try. Let me know how you do with Calvin Klein pieces. I'm like really interested to hear like how everybody else does. Next up, she found this little bikini bottom, and I'm kind of selective if I'm picking up swim separates, but these were really nice. This is from a brand called Isabella Rose, and the thing that she had, she's like, the quality felt really nice. The crochet is really cute. It's like a nice neutral bottom. But the thing I think that put it over the top for her is these little tassel pieces. They have like shell slices that are gilded on the edge. It's just a little detail that's like above and beyond. So sure enough, I look it up. They're very expensive. They retail for like $60, $70 a piece. I think they're sold at like Saks and Nordstrom and stores like that. So I grabbed it, and I do think that this is really, really cute. So I'll probably see about $20 to $30 on these bottoms. She said she absolutely tore it apart trying to find the top half of this, but a good find. And if you look closely, this is, I think, my favorite thing. It's kind of trimmed in pom-poms. Let me get my face out of there so you can see the details. See how that's all like a little pom-pom trim? It's really cute. This is really cute. I wish we had the top to this. So we don't have the top for it, but we did find the cover up, which to be totally honest, I'd rather find than the top. So the crochet, I don't know if you can see, there's a little hint of shimmer to it. There's like just a little like whisper fine thread of lurex in there. So it's a straight silhouette. It's got little cap sleeves, round neck, and then it's got a waist tie with the same little shell slice on the end. So this also will probably go like 35 on the resale market. It's midi length, it's got slits on both sides, and it's in perfect condition. Very, very cute. I've never heard of this brand before. Let me know if you have ever found a swimsuit from Isabella Rose, but it's beautiful. Like the details are there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really, really lovely. Next up, she literally like yelled my name across like 3 rows of bins and was like, look at this adorable little jacket. So those are little swans. This is velvet. This is like I think this is actually a dark blue with a gold zipper trim. The brand on this is Doe Adir. So she's like, this has to be something. It's really well made, and it is very well made. I want to say that Doe Adir, this probably retailed in like the $70 to $80 range. So it's definitely on the higher end for kids wear, and it looks like the whole thing, and this is just something for you guys to keep in the back of your mind if you have a kid or if you know somebody who has a kid who deals with sensitive skin. It looks like their entire thing, like Doe Adir's entire thing as a company, is that they make garments that are designed specifically to be like sensitive skin friendly. So like all the seams on the inside are really beautifully finished. They're like nice and flat locked. The fabrics are soft. They're not that like scratchy polyester. The inside of the sleeves, like the inside of the sleeves where the cuffs are attached is covered. That's a lot of irritation that you'll see. So definitely just a brand to keep on the top of your mind if you have a kiddo or if you know somebody who has a kiddo who deals with sensitive skin, because this is a brand that should help with that. But isn't this freaking adorable? I think I'll probably see like $30 on this. I just can't. It's so cute. What size is this? Size 4. Freaking absolutely adorable. And the little gold pocket trim, come on. Just style-wise, this is so good. Next up, now she knows that I love this line from Anthropologie. This is by Anthropologie. These are all, I think for the most part, newer pieces. In fact, I've had this shirt in 2 other colors and I've sold it before, and I have one that is striped that I still have in store. So this is just a little like stretchy t-shirt. It's V-neck, long sleeves, but the By Anthropologie stuff does sell really well for me. Again, I think it's all kind of newer in their lineup, so definitely something to be on the lookout for. Again, something like this, I wouldn't say go pay up for. Like this kind of thing works because I'm finding it in the bins, but I would not be paying like $7.99 for something like this. The more ornate pieces, the cotton pieces, the linen pieces, for sure, that's a different conversation. But this I think is like a cotton poly blend, and it's very, very stretchy. So just something to mind your costs on if you do come across it while you are sourcing. All right, she found another swimwear piece, and this is from Tavik Swimwear. And this is like the eeniest, weeniest bikini I've ever seen in my life. And like, if you got it, flaunt it, girl. But Tavik Swimwear is a pretty high-end. I wouldn't say that this isn't necessarily like an L Space or like a Jade swimwear where you're in that like $200 range, but no doubt this was like $100 for the 2 pieces, probably about $50 per piece. This is brand new with tags and a size small. So the top is a size small and the bottom is a size medium. And I feel like that's kind of a common combination that you see when it comes to swimwear, but something like this, because it is brand new with tags, because we have the whole set, I'll probably see like $35 to $40 on this. It's a pretty color. It's got these little like kind of crochet lace insets in the pieces. Obviously this is going to have to be laid out a little bit nicer, but this was a great find. And she said she had found them separately and she had, you know, dug to find the other piece, which I love. And that's really the trick. If you find a high quality piece of swimwear in the bins, like dig, because they're so small, they get swept up as people are kind of like tossing the bins around. So if you can find the set, it's going to be a much quicker sale than selling singles, but certain brands, it kind of doesn't matter, but it will always be better if you can find that second piece. This was like her coup de grace here. So she comes over and she's like, Julia, you're never going to believe what I found. Now this needs to be cleaned, but this is Armani collection. And the thing is, so this is a linen blazer, a white linen blazer. I mean, talk about a classic. So I wasn't sure, like looking at that tag, you know, I'm somebody who's always gonna look at stuff like this that I find in the bins with like a hairy eyeball, right? Like I'm always gonna be skeptical that it's legit. So we got back to the house and I was checking everything into my inventory, and she and my niece and my husband all went to the water park. So I spent some time like researching this and trying to figure out what I was looking for. And the funny thing was, at first, this was the only tag I saw. I didn't see that tag on the inside, and I also didn't see, I'm gonna bring you in close to the details, because like the devil's in the details when you're in like ultra premium designer landscape. Look at the way this pocket is done. So not only did it have this Armani tag on there, which is like, there's several out there that are confirmed legit that have the exact same tag attached the exact same way, but for me, it was this. So this is the inside pocket, and it's got this little flap on it that actually closes it. You know, this is the kind of thing that's like expensive to do, right? It's extra stitches, it's extra cut work, it's extra folding. It's like all those little extra steps. And then if you look really closely at the buttons, you can see that they are branded in a very subtle way. Let me see, there you go. So it's like right in here, there you go. You can kind of see that the buttons are engraved. So it's legit. I'm almost 100% positive that this is legit. I'm gonna take this to get cleaned because it's white linen, it's got a little ring around the collar. I know that this can come out, and it's got a couple little specks and stuff from the bins. But this is exactly the kind of thing that it makes sense to invest in a good dry clean for. Something like this, I'll probably see somewhere between like $50 and $100 for. This isn't like the made to order Armani stuff. This was something that would have been sold at like a Saks Fifth Avenue, very much in their like ready to wear line. But it's still Armani, it's still white linen. It's not a trendy piece, it's definitely like a forever piece. And that is a really good thing when you're dealing with something like this. It's funny because I don't pick up a lot of suiting at the bins. And like I've seen like Christian Dior suit jackets, but they're very dated cuts and they can be kind of tough to sell because they're all very specific sizes. But something like this, a white linen blazer, again, just kind of a forever piece. So what a find. I was so skeptical of it when I saw it in the bins. I was just, no way, you know, like no way. But you just never know what you're gonna find there. What a find. And the last thing that she found that wasn't something that she kept for her or for my niece was this great Crate and Barrel duvet cover. I was just talking to her about the Restoration Hardware duvet cover that I had found and sold in like 2 days for $120. So Crate and Barrel is not as expensive as Restoration Hardware, but these are every bit of like $250. This is stone washed cotton in this really pretty like sage, like light sage color. And the shame of it was she found one sham, but not the other. She's like, she was tearing apart the bins when I found, because I saw her holding this monstrous piece of green fabric and I saw her kind of like frantically digging through, and she was just tearing it apart trying to find the other sham. I will probably list this as like without the sham, and then I will just like include the sham. It's not something I don't want to like charge for the whole set when I don't have the whole set, but this will just be like a little bonus to whoever buys it. And I have no doubt that I'll probably see like Crate and Barrel stuff. I will probably get like $50 for this on the resale market. These kind of duvets, again, guys, like look at bedding. It's usually a very quick sale. It's something that like people need, and it's very expensive. And like, it's the kind of thing that like stuff happens to, right? Like if you've got a kid, if you've got animals, you know that like throw up happens, tears happen. And it's the kind of thing that you don't like, if you've invested in a really good like down comforter, you need something to protect it, right? Like that goes without saying, like down comforters are very expensive. So like if you have a situation where like maybe your dog jumped up on your bed and like ripped your comforter, or your kid got sick, or you know, whatever, like things happen to comforters, and you've got to replace them because otherwise your expensive comforter, like your expensive down comforter, is exposed and also vulnerable. So it's something that like people find themselves in a need to buy and aren't necessarily always in a position to drop $250 or $300 or $600 in the restoration hardware sense, but they still want to find something that's good quality and not like a poly cotton blend. So these kind of things just move fast for me. I don't do a ton of sheets. I know a lot of people have found a lot of sheets. I typically don't see a lot of sheets in like good condition, but if you have anything that you have found in the bedding world, like list it down below so people know what to look for. This was a great find. Okay, so that is it for her part of the haul. So I'm gonna start on mine. I did get quite a few more pieces than she did, so I'm just gonna try to balance it out. So we'll get through some of mine today and we'll finish it in the next video. So the first thing that I grabbed was this purse. Now I had never heard of this brand before, but I love a perforated leather something fierce. So this it's like really nice quality. It's got this kind of chain detail on the strap. The strap looks to be detachable. It's from a brand, it's from a designer called Elliott Luca. Let me know if any of you guys are familiar with this designer. I mean, it really, like the quality is there. It feels like an elevated fossil leather, right? So it's this perforated leather. The details on it are nice. Like look at the zipper pull. And the zipper pull has like an engraved logo on it. It's really nice. It looks like a lot of the sold comps of these are in the like $50 to $70 range. It looks like they probably retailed for about $200. And this is in like great condition, really nice condition. It's also a very like perfect size. It's not too big, it's not too small, and again, like really, really nice. So let me know, have you ever found an Elliott Luca? Are you familiar with Elliott Luca? Let me know down below because I've never heard of it before, and you know, it's really nice. Like really, like all the details, like all the finishing on the inside and everything, it's all very, very nice. Next up, this is a brand called Stoic, and Stoic is an outdoors brand. That's the logo you're looking for there. I wouldn't necessarily put this up there with like Patagonia or like Arc'teryx. It's definitely in the mix with like a Stio or a Marmot. So this is either a like rain jacket or a soft shell for skiing. I don't think it's quite thick enough to be a soft shell for skiing, but it does have a lot of the features, so you know that there is some solid water resistance here. So it's got like the coated zipper. It's got on the inside, this is what they call critically taped seams, which means that they are basically like heat sealed together to keep the barrier consistent. So no rain's coming in through stitch holes. Like if you are unfamiliar with like outdoors wear and stuff that's like performance based, one of the big things to know is that stitch holes are a major liability, especially when you're dealing with any kind of moisture or heat trapping. So for example, if you're looking for a down coat for yourself or to resell, if you look on the inside of the down coat, if you're looking like at the lining of the down coat and you see stitch lines that go basically through to the outside of the coat. So like the stitch comes through the inside that would like basically touch your skin or touch your shirt, and then the stitches go outside to the outside of the coat. That generally means it's going to be a lower quality baffle. Really high quality like down baffles. They're gonna have a solid inside piece that ensures that no stitches come through to the inside, and then the baffling is all going to be done on the outside of that inside liner piece. Let me see if I can find an example. So this is a perfect example. This is a jacket that I have from Bogner Fire and Ice. Bogner is a super high-end ski brand. Fire and Ice, I wouldn't necessarily call it a diffusion brand, but it's more of like a streetwear styled brand. Either way, that B is the Bogner label and Fire and Ice. Either one of those labels, if you see it, you want to pick it up. So this is a quilted jacket, right? So you see the baffles on the outside. You see the baffles here. If you look on the inside of the jacket, you see how it's got this separate liner piece? It basically keeps your trunk completely sealed in so that the stitch lines don't go all the way through and allow that cold air through. So that's an easy way to tell a really high quality down coat. Like if you were to find one in the bins and you don't know the brand and it kind of feels nice, like if you see that solid inside liner with no stitches going through to the outside, you know it is something that they put some time and money into. So go ahead and pick it up, because chances are, like, you're not going to see this on a cheaper jacket. It's just not something that's done. It costs too much to do in production. So just a little hot tip as you're out there sourcing your outerwear, and especially, you know, if somebody has recently moved to a very cold climate, you know, somebody moved up to Alaska, Montana, whatever, Minnesota, like make sure when you are buying that puffy jacket, don't go and buy the department store fashion puffy. It's not going to keep you warm enough. Like if you're living in Chicago, you need function. You need something that's going to keep that warmth inside. So anyway, something like this, again, sorry, that was a little bit of a tangent, but important information. Something like this I'll probably see like $30, $35 on. It is a more insignificant piece. It does have a little bit of wear to it, but either way, kind of this kind of like action sportswear sells really well for me. And this is definitely a brand that I will pick up anytime I see it. So next up, now talk about something I never find. This is a pair of Abercrombie jeans. And the newer Abercrombie jeans I do pick up. I'm selective with what styles, but these are the 90s baggy low rise, which is a style that people are looking for right now. And this is a size 34-18R. So these larger sizes, like they just don't come up all that frequently. They retail for like $100. This is in like perfect condition. These really do not appear to have been worn much at all. So I will probably see like $40, maybe $45 on these. They are in, again, they're like brand new condition, like brand new. And in that bigger size, I have no doubt that these will go really quickly. So this was an exciting find. Next up here, now this was kind of a cool find. This is Oscar de la Renta, and this is Y2K. For sure Y2K. And style-wise, I don't think that this is gonna sell as like a nightgown. It's short, but also there are girls out there wearing dresses this short every day. So this is like a pretty sage green with a purple contrast, but like look at that beautiful like lace inset there. Isn't that stunning? It's in fantastic condition. It's a size medium. It's not silk, but I don't think that that necessarily matters. This is something, again, I will probably not list this as a nightgown. I will probably list this as a slip dress, just because I'm pretty confident that this will go to be worn like out in the open. I don't think that this is gonna go to be sleepwear, but I'll probably see like $35 or so for this. Again, perfect condition, but that color combo, the way that that lace is inset, the fit of it, the length of it, it's, oh, look at the lace down at the bottom. So pretty. Definitely a very cool find. I will always, like, especially right now, these kind of like contrast lace slip dresses and camisoles are red hot right now. People are really looking for that Y2K look. Next up here, now I found this cute little kids piece, and I didn't know the brand. I just thought like quality wise, it looked really nice. The brand on this is Mia Joy by Joyfully, and it's got this pretty like lace trim back, little cap sleeves. It's all gauze, it's maxi length. It's got kind of like, not quite a handkerchief hem, but that hem is a little bit like squiggly, if you will, with a little ruffle end. Like 100%, this is the kind of thing a little girl would like love twirling around in. It's a size 4 and in beautiful condition. The quality on this is really, really nice. Now, sold comps on these are somewhere between like $25 and $45. And it turns out, so Joyfully, like in case you are in the market for it, or like somebody that's in the market for it, they make these beautiful like ethereal special occasion dresses for adults and for little girls. So if you are looking for something like that, you got a little girl that's going to be in your wedding, or she's having a very special occasion, check their stuff out. This retailed for about $70, so it's expensive but not like outrageous for special occasion. And again, the quality is beautiful and the style is really pretty. So definitely a brand to have on your radar. Let me know if you've ever had experience with this brand, but very, very cute, and something for sure that I will keep on my radar, because this is something that I would have picked up just on style alone. Like, I want this in my size. Next up here, this is a little dress from Dolan. This is an Anthropologie brand. I don't pick up everything that I see from Dolan, but I just thought this was so cute. So this is like a trapeze dress, right? So it just kind of like gathers here at the neckline and flares out. It's this like green and darker green plaid gauze. I mean, this is like so light as a feather. There are pockets. The shoulders are tie straps, so you can kind of adjust it to be as like short or long as you want. You can adjust the neckline to be high or low as it pleases you, and it's in fantastic condition, fully lined. It's a size medium and made in India. It is just lovely. It's just about just below the knee length, and again, in great shape. It's so pretty. This just looks like the thing you want to wear on an extremely hot day, because it's like light as a feather fabric and just isn't tight at all. I'll probably see like, I don't know, 30 to 35 on this. Very cute. And finally, for this video, my last piece that I'll show you here is this cute little Show Me Your Moo dress. I love finding Show Me Your Moo dresses. This is lightweight cotton. Like, look at that sleeve. I am just obsessed with the bell sleeve. So it's this nude color. This is a whole, like the whole neckline is very stretchy. It looks like you can wear it like up on the shoulders or straight across off the shoulder. It is a size large, which I'd love to see. The bodice is fully lined, so you don't have any sheerness issues, but it's otherwise this beautiful like textured cotton. Just really summery, feels light as a feather. You know, with Show Me Your Moo, the quality is always fantastic. And again, just really needs a bath and a steam desperately. This has been so crumpled up in this bag, but a very cute piece. And I have no doubt that I'll see probably $35 to $40 on this. Show Me Your Moo like casual dresses sell really well for me. I don't find them all that often. I, believe it or not, find the like the bridesmaids dresses a little bit more frequently. And those do go, because those are like a good $200 or more if you want to buy them new. When it comes to bridesmaids dresses, I'm very selective with which brands I do pick up. But bridesmaids dresses are one of those things that, like, if you find like a common color, if you find like a black or a red or, you know, whatever, and you find it from a good brand, they're such a good thing to find, because 99 times out of 100, they've only been worn once. You know, like they're in great condition and they're so expensive. And, you know, people, like when you were in a wedding, feel free to share your horror story about how much somebody else's wedding cost you in the comments below, because I feel like as women, we need to commiserate about that. But like, you know, a lot of times if you are in a wedding today, it's the bachelorette party, it's the bridal shower, it's the gifts, it's the dress, it's the shoes, it's all the things that go with it. It's time off of work if they're having a destination wedding or if they're having a destination bridal. Like, it is expensive to be in somebody's wedding. So if there is a way that like you can save a couple $100 on a bridesmaid's dress, like, I would do it. I haven't been a bridesmaid in a long time, thank goodness, but like if I were to be a bridesmaid in somebody's wedding right now, you bet your bottom dollar I would be looking on the secondhand market for that dress. So I do find it, but I am selective. I pick up, you know, Show Me Your Moo, I pick up Amsala, I pick up Revelry, I pick up Jenny Yu, Birdie Gray for sure. You know, Show Me Your Moo is one of them that I love to find. I do especially love finding their more casual pieces because they sell very well for me. What a great find. So that is it for the first half of this double bins haul. I think my sister-in-law did incredibly, considering this was her first time, not just at the bins, but really her first time thrifting ever. I didn't give her much of a crash course. I did go through her stuff, so I did audit, you know, the stuff that she pulled into the bin, so we weren't pulling home things that had like condition issues or things that I just knew weren't gonna sell. But I think she killed it for her first time. And I really, you know, again, I brought her on a day that it was not that good. Like the pickings were slim. We were there for a good long while and we pulled, I think it was about 60 items between the two of us. So everybody give her congratulations. I can't wait until she comes back and gets to go to the bins with me again. Now that she's done it, I regret to inform her, because I'm sure she's watching right now, that she now has to come with me every time she's out here, because that was a lot of fun to have a partner in crime out in the bins. But guys, thank you so much for hanging with me while I go through these hauls. I always have so much fun sharing these treasures with you. It is still just so exciting for me to have somebody to like nerd out with about these little treasures that we find. So I just appreciate you all so much. I know your time is incredibly precious, and I really just appreciate that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me. But guys, if you had fun, please consider leaving a like or a comment on this video, of course. But guys, if you had fun, please consider leaving a like or a comment on this video. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, have the most beautiful week. Happy hunting, and I will see you in the next one for the second half of this haul.